Good evening. I just want to check if you guys can hear me before I start with the session. I just want to check if you guys can hear me. I'm about to start. Please inform others that I am live now, and I'm going to help you with the bank reconciliation statement. So I'm going to show you the answer sheet right there, so that you guys can just draft it. I'm going to show you the answer sheet so that you guys can draft it quickly, so that as we start, you guys, your answer sheet format will be in order. So I believe on my screen you are able to see my answer sheet, right? So that is the format right there of the bank account, and then below is the format of the bank reconciliation statement. And remember that debit side of the bank account is favorable side, credit side of the bank account is unfavorable. And then when we go to bank reconciliation statement, debit side is unfavorable side, and then credit side is favorable, right? So I'm going to start with the question. I want us to go to the question, right? So I'm going to start with a question. We're going to do bank reconciliation question on demo garage. It says on the 31st of May 2019, Demo Enterprises compared the bank statement for May 2019 with the bank reconciliation statement on the 30th of April 2019, as well as the cash book for May 2019, and the following was revealed. Bank reconciliation statement on the 30th of April 2019. Then they also gave you credit balance according to the bank statements. They gave you credit outstanding deposit, they gave you debit outstanding check number 56, number 01, number 18. They also gave you a credit amount wrongly debited. They also gave you debit balance according to the bank statement, right? So of which is supposed to be, this is supposed to be debit balance according to bank account, not the bank statement. Sorry for that. It has to be bank account. It has to be bank account. Okay. And then therefore we go to questions. Remember, on the questions we need to outline each question on whether we have to record this question or we have to record it in the, if we have to record the question in the BRS or in the BA. BA is bank account, which is the book of the business, and then BRS is the book prepared by the bank, right? So we are going to indicate BRS, whether the question must be recorded in the BRS or whether the question must be recorded in the BA. BA, bank account, BRS, bank reconciliation statement. I hope you guys and I hope you guys got this. Those who are joining us for the first time, you are most welcome in this session. We are here to learn. Prepare your books, prepare your notes, prepare your calculator. We are going to work. Bank account. We are going to work on this one. We are going to work. So I want you to just follow me in this question and make sure that you do the right thing, right? Make sure that you do the right thing. Okay, so I'm going to start now with the additional information, and I want you guys to just follow properly. right? So I'm going to make sure that you guys understand this bank reconciliation statement better, right? So all I need is your attention and your compliance. You must comply with me. You must comply with me, because I'm gonna ask for answers. Like, I'm gonna ask for answers. Maybe when I say calculate for something, you need to give me an answer on the charts. You need to give me an answer on the charts. So please comply with me. Comply with me. So transaction number 1, it says check 56 was issued on the 31st of October 2018 as a donation in favor of Radhanan Children's Home. The children's home has since disbanded, right? So this check was issued on the 31st of October 2018 and as a donation in favor of Radhanan's Children's Home. The children's home has since been disbanded. So this check, if you check right there, it has been paid to the children's home, but now it has been disbanded, right? So it means this check needed to be reversed. This check need to be reversed, right? So this transaction, it is going to be outlined or recorded in the bank account, because we indicated to the bank that, hey, debit this account. Now because the account is being reversed, we need to we need to debit our bank account. We need to reverse that amount, because when we paid, it means we have credited in our bank account. Now we are reversing the check back to the business. When the money is reversed into the business, we need to debit this check, right? So that is going to be recorded in the BA, in the bank account, right? And then we go to the next transaction, right? Then they say to you the bank statement showed a favorable balance of 19,187 at the end of May 2019. This affects what? This affects our BRS, right? This affects our BRS. Okay, and then this is the balance as per or according to the bank statement that will be debited, because that will be credited, because in the BRS, if the amount is favorable, must be credited. And then we go to the next transaction. Right there they say the bank account had an unfavorable balance of 1,876.25 at the end of May 2019, right? So that is, this affect our bank account, BA, our BA right there. And then our BA is affected and is unfavorable, so it means we must credit, we must credit this account in the BRS as balance brought down, because the opening balance, if it's unfavorable, it means it must go to the credit side of the bank account. I hope you got that one. Okay, and then we go to transaction number 4. They say entries on the bank statement that did not appear on the cash book or bank account. These accounts are not in the cash book. It means they must be corrected in the cash book. Are you with me right there? So they say credit column of the bank statement. These are appearing in the what? In the bank statement, but they do not appear in the cash book or bank account. So bullet number 1, they say error corrected 1,075. So this 1,075 is this one. This error, it has been corrected. It means now it has been fixed both ways. It has been corrected. So there's no need for us to correct something that has been corrected, right? And then transaction number or bullet number to direct deposit for rent 2,250. What does it mean when they say direct deposit for rent? It means the customer or our tenants, which is our clients, right, has deposited money directly into the bank. So it means it will appear in our bank statement, right? But it won't appear obviously in our books, and we need to make sure that it appears when we receive the bank statement from the bank. So it is in the bank statement because the customer went directly into the bank and deposited the money. So the money will appear in our bank statement that we have received the money, but it has not been recorded, or it doesn't appear in our books, and then we need to take it to our books as well. So this transaction is going to affect our BA. This is going to affect our bank account because it is already recorded in the bank statement. Therefore, there is no need for BRS. Okay, and then they say a deposit of 4,087 and 15 cents deposited into the current account. It has been deposited in the current account, but remember they said to you it does not appear, because you always have to go back to the question to say where is not appearing, and deal with it where is not appearing. So can I see on the comments right there, where are we going to record this one? In the BRS or in the bank account? Let's see. I just want to see if people still follow from the last topic, or from the last question that we did. They say deposit of 4,087 and 15 deposited into the current account, right? So what do you think happened right there? Just to check with you. So actually this transaction end here. Let me just fix it for you. It has to be here, right? It ends here. Remember, we are not demo garage, we are demo enterprises, right? So but demo garage is another business. Demo garage is another business. I don't know if I make sense right there. Demo garage is another business that bank with the bank that we bank with. So they deposited money into their bank account, but the bank took money into our account, and that money does not have to be in our account. Does not have to be in our account. So what must happen right there? What must happen is that we are going to say debit amount wrongly credited, because remember, if another person deposits money and then they deposit it into their account, but the bank says we have received that money, it means the money was credited. So we're going to fix this in the BRS, because this happened in the bank with our book. It cannot be in our books because it has happened with another business. I don't know if I make sense right there. I don't know if I make sense right there, if you guys get it. Hello, are you guys following right there? So again, we go to the next transaction. They say an amount of 15,000, which is the loan from the bank, was there in the words. It means it appeared in the bank statement, right? But it not appear in our books. So we need to fix that. So there's a credit amount of 15,000 that is from loan. It means we loaned money and the bank has deposited, has transferred it into our bank account, but in our books it does not appear. It means it must also appear in our books. So this transaction affect our bank account, which is our BA, right? And then we are done with these transactions. Remember, this one is not going to be recorded because the error, it has been corrected from this BRS from the previous statement or bank reconciliation statement, so it has been sorted, right? So let's go to the next transactions there where they're speaking about the debit column. Remember, this statement is accounting for all this. They say credit column, entries on the bank statement that did not appear on the cash book or the bank account, so they did not appear in the cash book or the bank account. So let's go to the debit side, that for the amounts that did not appear in the cash book, right? So they say an unpaid check of 350 dishonored on account of insufficient funds. So that check was unpaid because of insufficient funds. So let me see on the charts how or where do we record that transaction. So there is like there was a debtor that was paying us. Just to clarify it for you, there was a debtor that was paying us, and then they paid with check, right? And we recorded that we received the money. But now when we go to claim the money to cash in the check, we found out there's no money. So it means basically the debtor did not pay us. I don't know if you guys follow. Basically the debtor did not pay us, therefore we have to reverse the transaction. But remember, this appears in the bank statement but does not appear in the book, in the cash book or bank account. Therefore it means we must make it appear in the bank account, because they're saying the bank has recognized all these transactions, or they appear in the bank statement. So this one must be corrected in the BA, bank account, right? And then we've got an unpaid check of 737 dishonored because it was post dated for 30 June 2019. So this check needs to be corrected. It's an incorrect payment because it has to be in June, but we recorded that it is this year. So this check must be corrected. It must be reversed. It's not a payment. It's because it is post dated. It's supposed to be paid next month, not this month. We are dealing with the books of May, so we are going to reverse that check until we wait for the check to be cleared in the correct month and the correct date. So this one is going to be corrected in the BRS. It's going to be credit amount wrongly debited, so it's going to be BRS, right? BRS, okay? And then we go to the next transaction. The next transaction speaks about stop order of 300 in favor of Holadas Insurance Company. So here, remember, stop order, when you make a stop order, you just tell the bank, the company that you are making stop order with, that just deduct the money from my account for this particular payment, and then they just gonna go and deduct. As they deduct, it means you are making a payment. But because that transaction happens between the bank and the person you are making a payment to, because you have arranged for a stop order, therefore it cannot reflect in your books. So this need to be corrected in your books. So BA, right? And then we've got bank charges. Bank charges, you know, the bank just automatically takes from your account, and then they will reflect that in the bank statement that you have paid bank charges. Therefore this one must go to the bank account as well. All right, and then check number 01. Check number 01 of 1082,35. What do we do with that one? We don't do anything, right? It's the same as this one that is corrected, because if you check, it's there on the additional information and it's also there in the previous bank record, so it is fine. This one, it is sorted, it is cleared. Remember, checks are uncleared payments, so this one, it has been cleared, right? Because they indicated to you that it does appear in the bank statement, and we have written we have prepared the bank reconciliation statement for last year to correct that mistake. So it says now it appears. It means there is nothing to do with this transaction. It must not be recorded. It has been recorded, sorted, done. This one, it has been done. Even this one up there, this one, it has been done. We are fine, right, with those ones. They are sorted. And then interest on overdraft of 23 rand and 60. Interest on overdraft, they must be recorded in the BA, because when they go to BA or bank account, it means they are there in there, because they say they do not appear in the bank account, so it doesn't appear, but it does appear where in the bank statement, sorted. In the BRS, we record anything that does not appear in the bank statement. So this one appears, we are sorted. Or if there is any error in the bank statement, we fix in the BRS. So this one is sorted there. Okay. And then we go to the transaction number 5. Transaction number 5, they say entries in the cash book or in the bank account that did not appear on the bank statement. So these ones you see now, they did not appear in the bank statement, and we must make them appear. These ones, they do not appear in the bank statement. That means we're going to record them in the BRS. There's an omission in the bank statement of these amounts. They are not cleared. These checks are not cleared. Remember, outstanding checks are the same as uncleared payments, so we must make sure that they are cleared. We are going to prepare the BRS for them. So these accounts, they are all BRS because they are uncleared payments. Remember, I said to you, outstanding check are also known as uncleared payments. Uncleared payments. Uncleared payments. Uncleared payments. So let's see what is happening there, right? So let's go to the answer sheet. We are going to record these transactions in the bank account and also in the bank's reconciliation statement. So I'm going back to the first transaction. Number 1, we are going to start with the bank account, right? So the bank account says on transaction number 3, the bank account had an unfavorable balance of 1,876.25. This amount is an unfavorable amount of the bank account. So we must go to the bank account right there. We must go to the bank accounts on the credit side, because remember, this is unfavorable balance, and then it must go to the credit side. So we're gonna say balance brought down of how much? Of 1,876. 1,876.25 cents, right? That is how we record that transaction right there. Okay, and then we are going to record everything that qualifies to go into the bank account. We'll come to the bank reconciliation statement after. I hope you guys are following, right? So let's go to the next question right there that affect our bank account. So the next question that affect our bank account is transaction number 1, where they say to you, check 56 was issued on the 31st of October 2018 as a donation in favor of Radanang Children's Home. The children's home has since disbanded, so this check must be reversed. It means we made a payment, but we found that the payment that we are making to, or the donation we are making to these people, they are no longer existing, so that check must be paid back must be received back to the company. So we go to the answer sheet right there. We go to the answer sheet. On the credits, on the debit side, I mean to say, on the debit side of our bank accounts, and say donation. We are reversing the donation. Donation. It's a reversal of payment. This one of 500, because that money must be reversed. That money must be paid back into the business, because that child or that children's home has been cut out. It is no longer existing, and we made a payment thinking that we are donating money there, but it has been disbanded, so it's no longer existing. So we are reversing that donation to us now, so it must be paid back, right? And then transaction number 2, transaction number 2 is BRS, right? So let's go to accounts that affect our BA, right? The deposit for rental. They say this deposit, because the person directed the deposit into the bank account, it means it cannot appear in our bank account. It only appears in the bank statement, because there was a direct deposit from the customer directly into the bank account. Obviously, if the person that is owing you go straight to the bank and deposit the money in your account, it will appear in the bank statement, but it won't appear in your books as a business. So you have to go and record that as rent income in the bank account, right? In the bank account. So you just go there in your bank account, on the debit side, and say rent income. Rent income. If there is any question, please put on the chart right there. Rent income, right, of how much? Let's see. Rent income of 2,250, right? So 2,250, that is the amount that we received from the rental. Okay, and then we go to the next question. It says there is an amount of loan of 15,000, which is the loan from the bank. This one, it appears in the bank statement, and it must be recorded now in the bank account, right? So it means we have received loan. So you can go to the answer sheet right there. You can go to your answer sheet right there and say loan received. Loan received, because you received loan, right? You received loan, you received the money from the loan received, because you are not paying loan here, you are receiving the loan, you borrowed money, and when you receive it, means there will be a favorable or positive amount coming into your bank from the loan. So 15,000 right there. And then let's go to the next one. If you guys are fine, if you guys are not fine, please put the question on the charts. All right, and then we go to the next one. So the next one, let's see, the next question is unpaid check of 350 by the debtor that was dishonored because of insufficient fund. So this was recorded in the bank statement but does not appear in our BA, so we have to go and correct that in our bank account. So we're gonna go on the answer sheet there, on the debits, on the credit side, and say debtors control, or just say debtor. right? A debtor 350. This person did not pay us. We are reversing the payment because the moment he issued a check to us, and as we received that check, we came and debit. Now we are crediting just to balance the side to say this person did not make that payment, right? And then let's go to the next question. The next question says unpaid check of 737 dishonored because it was post dated for 30 June 2019 BRS, that one, right? Okay, stop order of 300 in favor of Holidays Insurance Company BA, that one, right? Because remember, as I explained, that when you make a stop order arrangements, the person or the party that you say they must you are just saying they must come and deduct the money month with whatsoever arrangement you have made in terms of the date, and as they deduct the money, it means you have made a payment. But remember, they did not come and come to you, they went to the bank and just paid themselves. So you're going to check and say, oh, I paid these people. So obviously they will appear in your bank statement, but they won't appear in your bank account. So this one, you go to your answer sheet right there and say on the credit side, because payments are recorded on the credit side of the bank account, you say insurance of how much? Insurance of 300. Insurance of 300, right? Insurance of 300 right there. And then the next transaction, is interest on overdraft, or bank charges, not interest on overdraft but bank charges. We've got bank charges of 114 and 60, right? We've got bank charges right there. So bank charges are paid, the payment that you are making into the bank. So you come on the credit side and say bank charges, bank charges, bank charges of how much? 114, 60. Okay, 114 rand and 60 cents. Okay, and then the following one is interest on overdraft. You remember, interest on, or you can just say interest paid, no problem, or interest on overdraft. You can just write it in full, or you can just say interest paid. Interest paid is the ones that is interest on overdraft, right? Let's see how much is it. It's 23 rand and 60, right? 23 rand and 60, 23 rand and 60 cents, right? So you just come here and say 23 and 60. Okay, and then let's see, let's go to the next questions right there. The next questions, they say it is entries that must be corrected in the BRS, those ones, right? So it means we are done with our bank account. What we need is to close the account. Please get ready with your calculations. With your calculators, we are going to calculate. Get ready with your calculators, we are going to calculate. So now we are just going to look at our answer sheet right there and determine which side is bigger. which side is bigger. You add all the sides and tell me which side is bigger on the chart right there. Just do it quickly and tell me how much you have on the charts. I mean on each side on the answer sheet. On the answer sheet you can tell by look of things that if you check, we've got 15,000 this side we don't even have an amount that is more than 10,000, right? So it means the bigger side is going to be the debit side. So just add the debit side for me quickly and tell me how much is the answer. Add the debit side and tell me how much is the answer right there on the charts. I'm waiting for the answer on the chat right there. Please help me. And answer in the chat, how much is it? How much is the answer on the chat? Just can everyone put the answer on the chat there? 177 750 17750. It means even on the credit side is going to be 17750. And then remember we need to balance these sides. So to balance this side we're gonna have what we call balance carried down. We're gonna have balance carried down. Balance carried down, you're gonna have to say 17,750. You minus all the amounts on the credit side. How much is it? Quickly put it on the chart. Put it on the chart. Put the amount on the chart. Put the amount on the chart quickly. How much is it? Quickly, guys. Let's do it quickly. I'm waiting for the answer. I'm waiting for the answer. I'm waiting for the answer. And as I'm waiting for the answer, please, those who have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to it. Subscribe to it. You can even also share the link of the channel to other people so that they join us before we finish. 15,000 and 85 rand and 55 cents. Okay, and then remember this is the closing balance, right? This is the closing balance. This is the closing balance. It must also come below there, say balance is going to be an opening balance for the following period, right? So we're going to indicate it right there. We're going to indicate it right there and say it's 15 085,55, right? Okay, right, and then let's go to let me just highlight for this one. Okay, and then let's go to the bank reconciliation statement. The bank reconciliation statement. Okay, so with the bank reconciliation statement, remember we are going to start with transaction number 2. We're going to start with transaction number 2, where it says, let's just go there. Transaction number 2 it says the bank statement showed a favorable balance of 19,187. So this is the balance according to bank statement. So when you go into the answer sheet, when you go to answer sheet right there on the bank reconciliation statement, you are going to say credit. Remember, credit side of the bank's reconciliation statement is the favorable side, so you're gonna say balance, you're gonna say credit. Firstly, you have to say credit balance as per bank statement or according to bank statement. According to bank statements, and then this is going to be, you can say credit balance as per bank statement or credit balance according to bank statement of 19,187, right? That is the first thing we do. Remember, credit side of the bank reconciliation statement is the favorable side. Okay, and then we can go to the next transaction. The next transaction, let's go to the question right there. The next transaction says what? It's in the credit column right there, bullet number 3. This says deposit of 4,087.15 deposited into the current account of Demo Garage, right? So Demo Garage deposited money into their account, but by error the bank deposited the money into or credited us instead of crediting Demo Garage, because we are Demo Enterprises. So it means the bank has credited us incorrectly or wrongly. So you go into the answer sheet to record that transaction, into your answer sheet right there, and say debit amount wrongly credited. Debit amount wrongly credited. They credited us wrongly, so we cannot accept that. So we are going to debit that amount is 4,087.15, right? And then that is how we correct that transaction. Let's proceed. And then let's proceed. And then if you check in the previous bank reconciliation statement, we've got 1,847.70. that amount did not appear anywhere in the additional information, right? And it doesn't appear anywhere. It means the bank did not correct that amount. So we need to repeat this outstanding deposit, because it means it does not appear still. Because if we prepare bank reconciliation statement, we want the things that are on the bank reconciliation statement of the previous months to appear in the current month, but they did not appear because the bank they did not say anything about it. It means it has not been corrected. So we need to tell the bank again to say credit outstanding deposit of 1,847. So let's just go to our answer sheet right there. Let me just read again this question so that you see. It says, I was saying, if you check on the previous or on the bank reconciliation for 30 April 2019, there is a credit outstanding deposit of 1,847 and 70 cents. This did not appear anywhere. It not appear anywhere. It not appear anywhere in our bank. In our additional information. It means the bank did not correct that because they were supposed to make sure that that deposit appears in the bank statement. But if you check, there was no additional information about it. It means, because if you check the others, this one again is there, is this side 1075 is there. Even here they say it has been corrected. If you check again, this one that I highlighted in yellow, it is both, is there and is there in the additional information. It means it's fine. But if you check this one, it's not recorded anyway. So it means the bank did not correct that. So it must also be informed to correct that one. So it means we must go back to our BRS for the current year and correct it. I don't know if you guys follow. So let's go and correct that. So we go to our answer sheet right there and say credit outstanding deposit, because that deposit has been outstanding from April and is still outstanding even now. So we need to tell the bank to make sure that they credit that into their bank statement, I mean to say. And then it's 1,847 and 70 cents, right? So that must be corrected. And then we are done with that one. So let's go to the next question there. So the next question is, let's see. So the next question, or the next additional information, is the one of 737. This was an incorrect payment. This was an incorrect payment because it is dated to be paid on the 3rd of June. So it's post-dated payment, so it must be corrected. So you credit an incorrect payment. Credit an incorrect payment. You go into the answer sheet right there. You go into our answer sheet right there. Let's just go there and fix that error and correct that. Right, so let's see. We're just going to say credit outstanding, credit outstanding not outstanding, sorry for that, credit incorrect payment, incorrect, because the payment was incorrect, because the payment, it has to be cleared on the right date. So this payment is supposed to be cleared on the 3rd of June, not now. So we are going to reverse it for now. That is why we are reversing that payment. Incorrect payment. Incorrect payment of 737. I don't know if you get my point. Because remember, let me just go back there just to clarify this one again. Remember, this payment, it was unpaid check of 737 dishonored because it was post-dated for 30 June. So that payment cannot be made at this time. It will be paid in June. It will be cleared in June. So we don't want this 737 to be cleared now. It must be cleared in June. So we are correcting that mistake right now. So we are unclearing it because it's supposed to be cleared in June. So it must be paid back until the date of clearance. All right, I hope you got that one. So let's go to the next question that affect our BRS. The next question that affect our BRS is the one for uncleared payments or uncleared checks. So so we've got we've got 2 checks there. So we're just gonna say in our answer sheet, we're just going to say uncleared payments, uncleared payments, right? And then we open brackets there, and then let's go and check. We've got uncleared payments of 5, 8, 7 and 15. We've got uncleared payments of 10, 0, 2, 0, 7, 5. So let's just go there in our, so we've got these payments that are not cleared. We are going to clear them, okay? So it's going to be, let's go to our answer sheet quickly and clear these payments, right? So in our answer sheet right there, our uncleared payments is going to be check 95 and 99, right? Which is 587, 15 plus plus 1020 and 70 cents, and then those are the ones that we got in the additional information. And then there is another uncleared payments in our question right there in the previous bank reconciliation statement. I want us to go there quickly. So when you check in our uncleared in our debit outstanding checks in our previous bank reconciliation statement, we've got 991 and 10 cents. That is not cleared, and they never spoke anything about it on the question. If you check, there was no any additional information about it, the same as this outstanding deposit. So it means that this 991,10, it was not cleared. We need to clear that, right? So it means it must form part of the uncleared payments. So we go to our answer sheet right there. We go to our answer sheet right there and clear that payment plus 991,10 in brackets right there. In brackets right there, and then how much is it? Please give me the answer quickly. Can you guys do the calculation right there? 587,15 plus 1020,70 plus a 991,10. How much is the answer right there? How much is the answer? Put the answer on the charts quickly. Please do not forget to subscribe, like and share. The answer is 2599. That's correct. Okay, and then now I think we will be done with our question. Is there any additional information that we forgot or we left out? If we do not leave anything out, it means we are left with this one from the bank account, which is going to be, because remember we are going to open on the debit side in the following year. It means we are going to say debit balance as or according to bank account. I hope I make sense right there. So we're going to take this 5,087 from the bank account. This one, we take this one, and we are directed by what? By this, that when we open next year, we are going to open on the debit side. That is why we come here and say debit balance as per bank account. If we were going to open on the credit side, we were going to say credit balance as per bank account. So now we are debiting because we are going to open on the on the debit side. So now we are done with everything. Just let's go to the debit side. Let's calculate the debit side and credit side and tell me how much is the amount, because remember the total must be equal. The debit side must be equal to the credit side. So let's just double check and tell me the amount. You just indicate on the charts if it balances, right? And you also tell me if you tell me the amount and tell me if it's balancing. Just calculate both sides and tell me the amount and tell me if it's balancing, because both sides you must get the same amount if we have done the right thing. If we do not do the right thing, it means we have to go and double check our questions and try to make sure that it balances. So please do the calculations quickly and tell me if the debit side and the credit side are equal. And please do not forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Do not forget to subscribe. And then please like this video as well, and put a comment no problem. So how much are they equal?
2177.70 cents.
1771. Hey, how much is the answer?
21,771.
71.
Yeah.
Comma 70.
Yeah.
Even on the credit side is the same.
Yeah.
Is it balancing, guys? Are we all getting a 21,771,70?
Yeah, but also both sides.
For both sides, that means our bank recon is balancing. And this is our session. There goes our bank account, everything sorted. We go to our bank reconciliation statement, everything is balancing. We are happy and we believe that you guys understand, and I know that you guys are going to make it, you guys are going to pass. I hope you guys understand, and we're going to continue with these online sessions here on YouTube. Sometimes maybe we'll go on Teams and have a direct conversation. And please do not forget to subscribe, like and share. And another thing is that we are offering private lessons. If you want private lessons where you are willing to pay, it's only 250 per month, and we offer 6 to 8 sessions face to face. So you guys can contact me directly from the number I send the link with in the group, and then you'll be able to join. Thank you very much and salute.